Hello, Dave.
Hello, Matt. How you doing?
Well, all right.
Good.
Paula's got a patient that's going in the nursing home because he can't live by himself anymore. He keeps having falls, and he's got 2 cats. And because she goes there frequently, the cats know her and like her. And we talked about it and decided, okay, we'll bring 2 more cats into our lives. So now I have 3 cats.
Lucky you.
They stopped constantly hissing at each other, so that's an upshot.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I was going to say, if you don't really want all 3 of them, you're more than welcome to mail one of them to me.
If you really want a cat, I have a cat that I could mail to you.
No, that's fine. I'm trying to cut down.
As my dad says, I love cats, but I can't eat a whole one.
Your dad is a caution, I must say. Are we recording?
We are recorded.
We are recording. Okay. Just realized it's time to write the Please Hold for Dave Sim fax. And here it is. I'm reading it even as we speak. Somebody's got to remember Jeff Seiler. Me? You? Where's Steve Peters when I need him? I'm going to take a turn. I'm going to take a turn because I'm very, very pleased with myself because I was prepared when my laptop died because it was definitely ailing. It was not in particularly good shape. And I was going, okay, when it happens, what is it that I'm going to do when I don't have a laptop? Particularly if I'm working on something where I need the laptop, which in this case, that's exactly what happened because I was working on Strange Death of Alex Raymond, page 596, and I was doing the reverse lettering, the white on black lettering, which was a function that Sandy Atwell put on the computer for me when it was brand new, which is going back to like 2008, 2009. And when I'm using that on Strange Death of Alex Raymond, that's where I'm writing the captions. I map out the page, paste up the elements saying this is going here, this is going here, this is going here. And then if there's reverse lettering on it, then I type up the captions that get reversed and paste those up just to say, okay, this is how large the captions need to be, which is a matter of just putting black rectangles on the page in the right spot, and then blacking them in, which I do on the light box by just saying, okay, here's the caption, here's roughly the outline of it. Outline that on the other side of the page, then put it on the light box and trace it on very carefully with blue pencil, then black it in. Then I'm off to actually doing the penciling and the inking on the figures and the backgrounds and everything else. But the interim step is, okay, I have something more to say here. This I could live with this as this is the number of black and white captions with white lettering that are going to be on this page. How much room do I have left over? And in this case, it was about 2 inches, 1.75 inches, somewhere around there, where I could do probably one more large vertical caption or 2 smaller captions. And it was definitely method acting Ward Green the morning after Margaret Mitchell had been hit by the car. So, yeah, I definitely want to write more on this, and I have to, I now know I have probably room for another 8, 9, 10, 11 lines, somewhere around there. And now I have to write those and do a second draft on the text on that page. And that was the point where the laptop died. So it was, okay, here I am. I've been thinking about this. This moment will be coming up ahead. A year, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. I've been thinking about it for a while. When it happens, what am I going to do? And the answer was the Cerebus Archive. I've got all of the individual photographs in the Cerebus Archive that are all basically 4 by 5, a little bit larger, a little bit smaller. And as soon as that laptop dies, because I'm not going to be able to get another laptop right away, and I still don't have one, and this is 2 weeks later, I'm going pedal to the metal on finishing the Cerebus Archive after 20 years, getting everything in stay flats, everything put in chronological order. So that's where we're getting to the, Dave is very pleased with himself because instead of having a large Canada Post mailing box full of individual photographs stacked against each other in 2 rows, and individual photographs here, individual photographs there, and going, I'm the only person on the planet that knows what's in these photographs. So if I don't get these annotated, written on the back, like you've gotten a bunch of them so far, not in the last while, but Rolly, I got in the habit of doing maybe 10 or 15 photographs and writing descriptions on the back of them, and then Rolly would email them to you, right?
Right.
Okay. What you have so far is probably about ballpark. I'm saying maybe a fifth of the photographs, but now they're all ready to be scanned front and back. And I thought it was good that you and Rolly worked out that if he just scans the photographs on the one side and then flips them over so that the captions are all that's visible, you know exactly how that works. So you can go this caption with this photograph, this caption with that photograph, that kind of thing, right?
Right.
That's great. And that was one of those things where I went, I don't know when I'm going to get to this, but when I do get to this, we are in a very good place to get this wrapped up. And all of those photographs are now done and are in envelopes in chronological order, including the ones that you've gotten already, which were just sitting in their own box out back at Camp David saying, these have already been scanned, these already have captions on them, don't confuse them with the others. And I didn't. So I got all of those put in chronological order. Each envelope, this is the year that these photographs are from. And I've had the pile of 300 issues of Cerebus pulled apart so that I go, all right, I think I know roughly where this is from. I'm pretty sure it was in Aardvark comment. Where was it specifically? Because now I'm writing the captions on the back. And it was, like I say, it was about 2 weeks of 12-hour days, getting that done, covering every surface in the rectangle office, covering every surface in the archive room, and then gradually getting put in envelopes with dates on them. And here I am. I actually finished that today. I actually got the Cerebus Archive finished. It still boggles my mind that I can say to myself, Dave, you don't have to worry about it. That Canada Post box full of photographs doesn't exist anymore. They're all actually broken down by year. You've researched all of them that you can, found out where it's from, annotated it on the back, and they're all just sitting in 5 little stacks on the front stairs, so that Rolly can take them out back at his convenience and make sure that they get scanned in order. And consequently, I found a couple of Jeff Seiler things. So you should be. I took them out back for Rolly. He's not doing anything besides Kickstarter. We just got all of the Akimbo comics in today, and they look really good. They're absolutely gorgeous, and particularly David Birdsong, if you're listening, you take a gold star out of petty cash. Take a couple of gold stars out of petty cash. They're small. The Janet Catherine Jones covers are gorgeous. I know that you were very, very ambivalent about them, and there was absolutely no reason to be ambivalent about them. They're just great. If I knew how to do that, I would be very, very pleased with myself to have done the color that you did on those covers. But getting back to Jeff Seiler.
To interject real quick, he sent an email to the Brain Trust going, these are the covers that this is the coloring job I did on one of the covers, and I don't like it. I think it'll be better in black and white. And I'm going, well, if you tweak it like this and like this, and everybody responded with, no, yeah, Matt nailed it on that. Just tweak it just like that, and it'll be perfect. And he sent out the next version and went, yeah, actually, no, that does look good. And he was actually proud of himself for once. And I'm going, see, you just don't overthink this, David.
And every once in a while, ask Matt Dow, and Matt will be right.
I'm not right often, but when I am right, I usually, that's when I point at the bleachers and the ball goes where I pointed, and everybody goes, how did he do that? It's, well, it's a 1,000,000-to-1 shot, guys.
That's it. Okay, well, you take a couple of gold stars out of petty cash yourself there, hand me that.
See, now Margaret's going to be going, where's my gold stars? And I'm going to be like, well, we have a point system, and when you get enough points, you get a gold star.
That's right, and it's completely arbitrary. I'm the one who decides. It's a benevolent dictatorship, and I am your benevolent dictator. So what you will be getting emailed from Rolly is a postcard, and it's a postcard with 3 deer with antlers on the front of it, and it's from Pennsylvania. It says Pennsylvania right on it, and on the other side it says, "Dear Gerhardt, I don't know why, but you always seem to strike me as looking like a deer in the headlights. No offense. I hope we can talk more in the upcoming post-Cerebus years, as I enjoy your company a great deal. Cordially, Jeff." And that was one of those that I could only ballpark. Obviously, Jeff wrote that to Gerhard before Cerebus came to an end, but not much before Cerebus came to an end. And in this case, it was, okay, I can't narrow the year down more than that. So this one gets its own envelope. And I wrote on the envelope, Jeff Seiler postcard to Gerhard, evidently given to him just before issue 300. Only Jeff could try to strike up a friendship with someone by describing him as, quote, a deer in the headlights, unquote, and then write, quote, no offense, unquote.
I'm Pennsylvania. I'm trying to think of what years. I mean, I can't imagine it's from after Olean, but it could also be from then when Jeff drove up to Olean or Olean. Jason Trimmer's going to comment that I'm mispronouncing it because he always does.
Well, yes, it's Olean.
Olean.
I wasn't going to say anything because you're Manly Matt Dow. This is your show.
No, but that's it. Every time I say it wrong, Jason comes by to correct because he doesn't care, but he knows the people from there do, and I just keep thinking, as a guy that lives next to Manitowoc, and it's one of those, it's kind of spelled that way, but kind of isn't. I can very much there, that point of pride of I'm from the town, and he keeps saying it wrong. But
right,
because Jeff had a tendency on road trips, he would buy postcards and instead of mailing them to you, he'd get to where he was going, see you, and hand you the card so there wouldn't be a stamp on it.
That's possible, except that was Ye Books of Cerebus, right?
Yeah, the first one.
See, Ye Books of Cerebus, that was after Cerebus was done.
I know, but it's Jeff. Jeff could have been, Jeffing it. Well,
yeah, it was, and it was one of those things that when I saw that in the photo archive, I went, well, you can really tell that Gerhard treasured this and has been keeping it as a keepsake in his hope chest all these years. It's like, yeah, an overture from Jeff Seiler to be friendly has got to have a cheap shot somewhere in the middle, and there it was. I thought maybe it was one of the space, because we were going to space before Cerebus was done, right? It wasn't 2004. Wasn't the first space we went to?
I don't believe so. I know it's the first one I went to.
Yeah, that's where you gave me the gold watch.
And then that was the start of the, hey, let's all go bug Dave in Ohio.
Which I deeply appreciated. The other thing that I had in the archive was a picture of Hood, Jeff's, I think, Russian blue cat, the one that he had before Yusuf, with his bloody eyeball. And on the back of that, from the Minneapolis Veterinary Hospital, Dear Jeff, our records indicate that food will soon be due for important health services. Please call our office at 612-746-0300 to schedule an appointment, because regular visits are an essential part of Pood's healthcare. We can't wait to see Pood. Regards, Minneapolis Veterinary Hospital. And it's like, yeah, I'm sure we're cut. And it wasn't, that was the problem that Jeff got into with, the cat's name was actually Pud, which was short for Putty Cat. But if you wrote Pud, P-U-D, everybody would pronounce it Pud, which wasn't what Jeff was trying to say, but Jeff wasn't trying to say Pood either. And I forget how much money he spent on that cat, but astronomical amounts of money. And I'm telling you this, like you don't know what cats cost.
Well, I vaguely remember her talking to him at one point, and he was saying that the cat was getting sick, and I was going, it's a cat, right? And he's going, yeah, but, and I'm like, there comes a point where it's cheaper to go to the Humane Society with a picture of the cat saying, give me one of these, than it is to try to save the life of, a cat.
Right, I agree with you, but we're getting into dangerous territory here.
I've also lived with Oh, gee, I got to adjust the number in my head now.
Right.
So I'm up to 8 cats that I've lived with in my life, and it's very much the first set of cats when I was a kid. Mom and Dad got tired of dealing with having the cats, and we had a friend that was a farmer that needed Mausers, so we took the cats out to the farm and let them out into the cornfield so they could eat mice. And we went out to visit a couple times to see the cats, and the big problem was there were 2 males that became the bulls that were in charge of all the other cats in the farm, which would have been okay except they were both neutered, so the farmer wasn't getting new cats to replace the cats that disappeared.
Oh man, I never thought of that as a problem. And that's now we're getting into the human rights of cats.
Well, and that was, I mean, it was, he was like, thank you for the cats, because they were great Mausers apparently, but they took over and became the alphas, and my mom told me years later that, he was kind of waiting for them to die so that he could, strike up getting more cats, because, I mean, on the farm, the deal was, you can eat all the mice you want, but we want more cats to replace you when you die, because farm cats have a tendency to just disappear.
This is true. This is true. And farmers do share our viewpoint on cats, which again gets into intruding on the human rights of cats for the vast part of our 2024 population who definitely think that cats are human beings and have the same rights that all of us do. It's like to them it's definitely a massive human rights violation that cats aren't allowed to vote.
Well, to the people that believe that cats are more important than I feel they are, all I have to say is you've never gotten woken up to your wife going to work and screaming that there's cat puke in her shoe.
Oh, that's not funny.
Oh, no, that's hilarious, because the cat will puke in shoes, and he has yet never, ever puked in one of my shoes, but he's puked in both girls and Paula, and I figured it out that, the anthropomorphic qualities to the cat is that he must like me, and I'm going, no, I think it's more of he knows if I find puke in my shoe, there's a good chance that that's the last thing he's going to do in this world.
That's right. That's right. He might get made into a very nice cat hat that I will be wearing this winter.
Well,
I could do that myself and enjoy it.
As I said, my father says that he loves cats. He just can't eat a whole one.
Right. Okay. Well, there you go. That's my Jeff Seiler contribution for March 2024.